Chevy Silverado, all set and it rolls like a rocket. Got the playlist, girl, you used to scroll through our room, keep hanging from my review, and a shirt of mine still smells like your perfume. Yeah. I'm gonna try tonight, pedal to the floor, chasing down the miles and mama, chase the good Lord, the memories of when we were together ended way too soon. I got the sun, the stars, the moon, but I ain't got you. But I ain't got you. You used to hold my hand, you used to slide through the middle. When you kiss my neck, put your hand on my leg, make me swerve just a little. You'd get me going, going, we were slowing, slowing down for anything. And if those white lines could turn back time and you'd be waiting on that beach.
How are you guys doing today?
So good, man. How are you?
Good, man. Thank you guys for joining us. You guys are in California?
Oregon.
Oregon. Love it. Love it. Love it, guys. But yeah, guys, I mean, loved getting into your music, you know, for the past week or so in research. I mean, kind of crazy to me, guys. Two sets of brothers making such great music. It just blows your mind, right?
Yeah. We're having a blast. It blows our mind too.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, think about it, guys. Isn't it something of a miracle? I mean, when two guys born into a family actually can write and perform music together, then you put that two of you. I mean, like, am I right or am I wrong? It's almost a miracle, right, guys?
It is. And from the same very small town in Oregon as well.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's
and for each individual guy, you know, to be able to play the instrument that would make actually a band together,
Right.
you know, out of the same small town in the mountains in Oregon, and then all be writers and performers together. You throw that in the mix, and it's just like, man, we've just never really seen anything like that before. And it's crazy how much people love hearing families sing and play together throughout the history of music. There's just something special about it that you can't produce with just another group of people that aren't blood related, you know?
Yeah, that makes completely sense, guys. But yeah, I mean, look, the story of the brethren, I mean, it's just, there's so many angles, guys. We just couldn't believe it. I mean, there are very few brothers. And look, the way I look at it, the four in the band, you know, because there's two pairs of two siblings, like you said, you filled each other, you know, kind of missing parts. You know, Lonnie, you can play bass. Chad, no interest in bass, but they can play drums. Yeah. Casey and Corey write the songs. I mean, what are the fucking odds? Because it's one thing that Keith Richards and Mick Jagger kind of like found each other, but born in the same family, that's insane.
Yeah. And I mean, just the story alone for us when we started this thing, we thought, man, that alone is intriguing to people. And intriguing to us alone. Even if the music sucks, people would still listen to it, I think, just because of the story, you know? But lucky for us, the music doesn't suck.
Yeah. So. No, great music. Absolutely. No, it's fantastic music. But yeah, guys, and let me ask you about this, because I always think about the guys in Oasis, right? And they can't get along, you know, and it's legendary that like the Black Crowes, like the Robinson brothers, you know, they reunited, but they couldn't be in the same room together for a while. Yeah. Why do you guys think that it's so hard for artistic brothers sometimes to kind of like have it together?
Cain and Abel, man. It's the age-old story. I think there's just, you're sort of born competitive with one another, you know, and it goes back to, you know, wrestling in the house and that type of stuff. And, you know, it's just the childhood stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't deal with. I like to think that, and I guess time will tell, Lonnie and I may fight at any moment, even on this interview.
I don't know.
One of the things we sort of founded this operation on was just to leave our egos at the door and to respect each other's ideas and we say every idea gets a shot, you know, when we're writing together, when we're rehearsing, doesn't matter how wacky it is, everybody gets a shot. And, you know, if we can keep that attitude, that humility, you know, I think we're going to be all right. And we'll, you know, we won't end up like Oasis, although in some ways I'd love to end up like Oasis.
Totally.
Yeah.
we'd rule the world at that point. And I think there's such a respect for each other and what each other does separately as brothers, and then not as brothers, that I think that is the part that is super magical, is like, well, I could not do what Corey does. Corey can't do what I do. I can't do what Chad does. You know, Chad can't do what Casey does. So, I mean, there's such a respect for each other's craft and what each guy brings to the table, that it's fun to watch, and we root for each other. And I think that's the big thing. It's like, man, I root for each one of my boys in this band, that I couldn't be more excited to be a part of their lives, and they can't be more excited to be a part of my life.
Yeah, and it comes through in the music, like you said. Like the music itself speaks. The story's great, but the music itself, I mean, I Ain't Got You, Love It in the Moment, all great stuff. They got it all, perfectly balanced songs. But yeah, and let me ask you about the distance, guys, because you guys are in Oregon right now, Corey and Lonnie. But like the other fellows, I think they're here in Nashville. How was that, the distance factor? Like, is it problematic in any way, or the fact that you guys were born in a pandemic kind of like made it easier?
It certainly made it easier. I think as everybody's in the world got used to pandemic-like communication, we got used to Zoom writing, we got used to Zoom meetings. And there's little idiosyncratic things that you have to get used to in that type of communication. But we got used to it. Yeah. It certainly hasn't been easy, and we'd rather just be in a room. We'd always rather be in a room together playing rock and roll music.
Sure.
That's obviously the ideal, but we're making it work, and we go back and forth a lot. We're traveling a lot back to Music City, and then here in Oregon. So
yeah, right on, guys. And guys, let me ask you this. Obviously, you guys have you guys have a career, all of you, like you two and the other two, successful solo careers way before this. Chad, for example, played with Ben Folds. You guys have won awards, BMI awards, the whole 9 yards. What makes the Brethren so special? Because there's something to it, and I just I don't know what it is, but there's something magical to it. You guys have seen a bunch of stuff, traveled the world. What is it? What's the it factor with the Brethren?
I think it's our connection with people, the crowd, our fans. We've been doing it long enough too, all of us separately, coming together and being able to connect with an audience, no matter how big or how small. I think that has been the easiest part, actually, just because we've learned it through the years. We're not just a bunch of punk kids, although we are punk kids, but we don't act like punk kids, if you will, as far as like not knowing how to move a crowd, move an audience, move them to tears, move them to laughter, and then move them to joy. And I think the thing that separates us is every time we play, and when people will come to see us, they walk away forgetting about all their problems and the thing that's going on in the world. We want them, when they come to a Brethren show or even listen to our music, just be so excited about it, be so stoked about it, that they walk away, they walk away being, what's the word I'm looking for? Transformed. I like that
Transcended. Word. Yes, there you go.
Let's go with that word. Yeah, exactly.
I love it, Corey.
From, I think, the rest of the country music world is that excitement, that connection with other humans.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That we've missed for the last 1.5 to 2 years. So,
I know. Yeah. I love it. And Corey, as a songwriter, I mean, plenty of hit songs, done it all, all that good stuff. Tell me a little bit about the process when it comes to the Brethren, when it comes to writing a song, because, I'm fascinated by the process, guys. Obviously, do you like write individually and you bring it to the guys and like see what's going on there? Like, do you have a discipline of doing it like every day, like a 9-to-5 job? Like, what is the songwriting process for you here?
Well, for us, it happens every which way. I mean, sometimes somebody will just bring in a session a single chord progression or a lyric idea. Other times, somebody has finished an idea almost to completion, where they've got a verse, they got a chorus, they know everything, and then the band kind of just tweaks it and makes it their own. So it's a little bit of everything. But for me, it does have to do with the discipline of writing daily. It has to do with ingesting enough. Like I always tell people, when you're talking about songwriting, you can't output unless you're inputting. So I try to be a reader. You know, I listen to a ton of music.
Love that.
And I ingest all this stuff because then eventually it'll come back out when we're sitting to write. So it happens all of those ways. But I think another thing I tell people all the time about songwriting is everyone's trying to come up with some new idea, some new lyric, right? Which isn't a bad pursuit. But the thing is, people have been singing about pretty much the same stuff for thousands of years.
Right.
You know, my heart was broken, or you put my heart back together. That's basically all music is about. And so I say, instead of trying to write something brand new, you know, just write something that's true. Write something that's true, and you'll do it in your own way because we're all unique. You know, we got our own sound, we got our own voices, the way we play, our fingers, and so, you know, that's it. Don't try to be some original, because you're never going to do it. We're all standing on the shoulders of somebody else.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, don't reinvent the wheel. Just make
You
it your own.
You don't need to. Just, you know, it'll be unique because it's you. I mean, obviously, there's plagiarism, which is not what we're talking about.
Right.
But
Not at all, of course. Yeah, no, perfectly said. And guys, thank you. You're being so good with your time, and we're really excited. I think you guys are going to play a song for us. But I want to ask Lonnie, because again, like you guys are like the dream team. Each one like has like an incredible journey. Lonnie's is no different. I mean, you moved to Nashville when you were like, you know, a young pup, 21 years old, and basically within 2 months you were asked to play bass for Petra, the iconic band, and now you're traveling the world. And this is like 21-year-old, just got here. Just share with us a little bit about like this like whirlwind period of your life. Like, what do you remember from it?
Yeah, I'm just a punk kid from Bend, Oregon, you know, and just moved out to Nashville for a dream. And within a couple months it happening. And I grew up listening to this band. And, you know, think of your favorite band, bro, whether it's U2 or whatever, and then them asking you to actually play for them was something that was so mind-blowing to me as a kid from a small town on the far end of the States. You know, it's ridiculous. So to do that, and it was one of those moments that was a dream come true that I never thought would be even possible. And then to win a Grammy too on top of that, outside, you know, a couple years after that, was just one of those things too that I was like, there's just no way that should be happening to this kid from a small town, you know. And it's awesome when you start dreaming things and you surround yourself with people that aren't just yes people, and that will love you and say the hard things to you to help you grow.
That's key.
Those things like that, man, really push you to be a better musician and to be a better person. And that's what I grabbed a hold of from a small kid from a really rad family.
Yeah,
you know, that had our back, and we surround ourselves with those kind of people now that will keep us focused on the task at hand and the goal of what we want to do. You know, so yeah, so that was an amazing moment in my life as a young kid, being able to do that. And I'm stoked to be able to do this again now with my brother Chad, with Corey and Casey, and really excited for what's about to happen in this.
Yeah, really excited. I mean, the fact that you guys just started, you're already creating this incredible output. I mean, man, the future is super bright, and we cannot wait for you guys to rock, you know, the world off. Super stoked for that.
Yeah, we can't wait.
But absolutely. But Lonnie, Corey, you guys have said it all. Thank you for your time. Why don't you take us away with a song?
Yeah,
sounds good. We're gonna play our latest single, Chevelle, for you.
We'd love that. Cool. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, man.
She was the kind of girl that you remember, and I was the kind of boy you might forget. But those sparks were flying long before that summer. And when Daddy finally came and gave me keys, yeah, you and me on that blanket up on a hill overlooking the nights. No one out here but you and I, and the glow of the dash tonight. Don't we go good together? Only time will tell. But it seems like things are getting on pretty well in my 69 Chevelle. You called me up and I came running over. You said you got to get the hell out of here. I paid a stranger for a cheap bottle of wine. Yeah, and we fueled up, drove into the night. The night, you and me on that blanket up on the hill overlooking the lights. No one out here but you and I in the glow of that night. Don't we go good forever? A love story we can tell. And it started back then when you took my hand in my 69 Chevelle. In my 69 Chevelle.
Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. I was, what other art form, and I was talking with like Brandy Carlisle in the Rock Hall induction a couple weeks ago about this, can make you feel what you guys just made us feel in 2.5, 3 minutes. There's nothing else. Unbelievable, guys. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Appreciate your time.
Pleasure, Jaime.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.